Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a video that I've been asked to do for a few times. I've had quite a few people asking me to do this. And it's a review of the troops. You can see on the picture in front of you that today we're looking at my British. But what I wanted to do is, rather than just show off the models in my collection, which, you know, I may still do. I may do as a Christmas bonus or something like that, I don't know. But this, I wanted to look at more the practical reasons why it's worth doing this every now and again, getting your full collection out, having a look at them, what I'm going to call reviewing the troops. So why are we reviewing the troops? Well, it's something that armies have done throughout history, from Alexander the Great through the Romans and onwards, and it still happens today. The idea of it is to check the battle readiness of your troops, to make sure that their equipment is up to spec, and to make sure that basically they're ready to do what it is you want them to do. And as a miniature war games collector, that's an absolutely perfect analogy, because we need to make sure that our armies are the armies that we think they are. We've got enough models, so when we organise a game, we actually know exactly what we've got, and we can, we can pull out the units that we need, or we can paint up any extras that we haven't quite got round to getting yet. Now, this is absolutely an ideal target for you, so I've used my British here, because we've got some figures that, while the army looks complete, there's still quite a bit of work to be done on them in some different areas. So if we look over here, I'm just going to take the camera out of its cradle and we'll move it closer in. Over here, we've got our two regiments of British heavy cavalry. We've got the Scots Greys at the front here, and we've got the Inniskilling Dragoon Guards behind them. Now, they're both fine. They've got all the figures. They've got 12 figures. They're all based, and they've got movement trays, although that movement tray needs to be painted, so that's something that we can do. And here's the second thing that we need to do, is we need to make sure that we note down everything that we're doing. So we've got two regiments of heavy cavalry. I'll write that down. And we've also got their brigade commander, who's this chappy here. There we go. So we pop him down there. He's actually a Wargames Illustrated Giants in miniature model. So we've got our heavy cavalry brigade. They're sorted. We've got some light dragoons here. And if we zip over here, we've got some hussars as well. So we've also got a light cavalry brigade, but we don't have a commander for those. So that's our first note, is that we need a light cavalry brigade command. And this is under to acquire. This is the heading for these. So cavalry-wise, we're not looking too bad. We've got the 4 regiments. Now, the British weren't exactly known for having oodles of cavalry, so I think that's probably got enough for the cavalry. Let's go with the artillery next. So we've got a battery of guns here. We've got 2 of them, and we've got a horse artillery gun here. Now, I know I've also got a rocket battery somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where that is, though. So we're going to have to add onto our thing, find rocket battery. And we've got 2 infantry, we've got 2 foot artillery guns there. We've only got 1 horse artillery gun, so we also need 1 RHA gun. And I'm going to put in brackets, and that's because we've got the firing one here, so let's have the loading one as well, just to create a bit of variation. Sorry, there's a bit of a weird edit there, but my camera ran out of memory, so I had to go and free some up. So that's the artillery and the cavalry sorted. Now, we can also see we've got some weird bases here. Now, these are the Perry aide-de-camp set, so we need the generals to go with them. Now, I do have some front rank generals, so they're not here though, are they? So let's find generals and rebase. So that's good. So at the moment, the generals are just on a 40mm round base, and it means we can get some more. Now, looking close in at Picton, he's not too bad. Duke of Wellington, not great. I think I can probably do better jobs of those now than I could then. So replace the Duke and Picton. So that's the same set from the Perry, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that next time I'm at a Wargaming show. So that's sort of the peripheries done. That's the artillery done, the cavalry done, and the generals. I can see we've got 4 general bases, not including the cavalrymen. So that's enough. 3. So that's enough for any infantry brigades. We've also got Picton, we've also got the Duke of Wellington. So we've got plenty of bases, they just need filling out. So now let's turn our attention onto the infantry. So I've taken the cavalry away, I've reset the board a little bit with just the infantry, because it's really these guys who I wanted to concentrate on. Keeping your mind on 12 cavalrymen, it's not usually that difficult, you can normally sort of work on those in one go, but the infantry, they're something of a different matter. So we can see here, we can see at the back, let's start off with this brigade. I've got 3 battalions, all of 24 models. I've got the Black Watch here. I've got the Argyll and Southern Highlanders here, and I've got the King's Regiment here at the front. Now, they look like they're all done, but I can see that one base on the end hasn't been flocked yet. So I can write on my pad, things to do. So things to do, and that is flock the Kingos 3-8 Grenadier Company. Speaking of Grenadier Companies, I made a boo-boo on my nice watch, on my Black Watch here, in that I gave them white tufts on their pom-poms. Now, the Black Watch didn't have white tufts on their pom-poms, they all had Grenadier pom-poms, so they were all red, except the Light Company. So the Light Company, I've done those correctly, they're green, but the Centre Companies, they need red pom-poms. So, Black Watch, red pom-poms. I've also not done the dicing on their socks, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. So that's an example of that brigade there. The brigade commander, he needs finishing off, we know that. So that's the note for that brigade, and then they're all done and dusted. Then we move on to this brigade here. Now I might actually swap this battalion here. This is the Grenadier Guards. They may move into the brigade with the Night's Watch. With the Night's Watch. So again, with the with the Black Watch. But they're currently brigaded with the 33rd of Foot and the Green Howards. Now we can see the Green Howards, they have 3 bases that need flocking, including their command base. So Green Howards, so GH, flock, 3 bases. Now do they have a light company? They've got a light company there. They've also got a light company here as well. So we're going to have to change one of the light companies, 1 times light company, to Grenadiers. So there we go, that's them. Now the Guard, they're all good to go. I think maybe that horse could do with a touch-up, but we're not too worried about that. But what's this? At the back here, one of the guys has lost his head. I know. So we need GG, Grenadier Guards, 1 times head. So there we go, that's that one sorted. Now we go to the one that we need quite a bit more work on, which is this. Oh, sorry, their brigade commander's here. He obviously needs the actual general model putting with the ADC there. So now we go to the 3rd brigade here, which is our one containing some Hanoverians. We've got the 50th of Foot, the West Kents. So what we need for these is a lot of work doing. So the Hanoverians, we need a command group. And the whole battalion needs basing. For the West Kents, we need to have 2 more bases. And we need to flock and paint them all, so all need basing. Some of them have got the sand on already, but some of them also don't as well. So they need doing as well. And we can come down here to the rifles, the riflers. Now, we've not got many of these. I've only got 4, 8, 9, 10 if we include Frederickson at the front there. So I've only got 10 riflemen. So we're going to need some more of those. Again, apologies for the rather weird edit there. I'm still coughing away, so that's why there's some unusual edits going on. So that's it basically. So we've gone through the 3 battalions, the 3 brigades of infantry, plus the brigade of cavalry and the artillery. But this is where I wanted to talk about the really important part of reviewing the troops. It's not to say, oh yeah, these 3 bases here need flocking, and that guy needs a head gluing on or anything like that. That's not the important thing. The important thing is to sit back, look at your army, and just think of all the effort and time that's gone into it, and just sit back on it and enjoy it. That's the important thing. There's a lot of time and money and effort, mostly effort, that's gone into getting this army. Doesn't matter how well painted your army is, doesn't matter how badly painted your army is, the most important thing is that you've put all that time and effort in, and it's to have a look at it and it's to enjoy it. To get everything out on the table and just see how much you've done, see how much progress you've made and what you've got done. Now, I've made a whole list of things for me to do, and that's fine, but I've also now got this video that shows testament to all the work and effort that I've done and all the hard work that I've put in on the army, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. So here we are, back with a long shot, and just looking at the army. As I say, it's not perfect, still a lot of things to do, but it's good, it's getting there, and it's a project that's ongoing. It doesn't have to be finished, doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll just do some flyby shots of the army. So let me know what your armies look like. Let's do some reviewing of the troops. I do have a Facebook page. I don't tend to use it very much, but yeah, show me what your armies look like. It doesn't matter if they're finished, doesn't matter if they're based, not based, anything like that. As you can see, my army isn't. So bring it on the Facebook page, and let me know in the comments if you like this kind of video, if you like seeing the collection. If you do, I'll do some more. If you don't, then that's absolutely fine. What I really wanted to talk about is, don't beat yourself up about your collection. It's often called a pile of shame. We don't call it that. We call it a pile of opportunity. So show me your armies, and I look forward to seeing them all soon. I'm not going to be doing any videos next week or the week after. The reason being, I am on holiday. I'm off to Crete, part of which is going to be a battlefield tour. It's one of my favourite World War II battles, if you can have a favourite battle. So yeah, I won't be doing any videos next Sunday or the Sunday after. I'm not back until Monday the 30th, I think it is. That is a bank holiday, so I might do a live stream. If I do, I'll put up a message, but it depends on what time we get back and all that good stuff. But thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys in a few weeks. Bye-bye.